Hello, I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivory of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Memorial Day is a time to remember our fallen heroes and to reflect upon their incredible sacrifices to protect our country. It is also a time to reflect on our love of a great nation and a time to remember those we lost, those we love, and those we will never forget. Memorial Day is about honoring real American heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice and who weren't afraid to put their lives on the line. While Memorial Day is a time to remember those we lost, it is also a time to embrace those we didn't lose during our fight abroad. A time to collectively embrace those who are still standing here with us to proudly represent their nation and the brothers and sisters who died fighting alongside them. In honor of Memorial Day, I want to share with you that the proud men and women of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office love our fallen heroes and truly thank them for their service and sacrifices. To their families and friends, I want you to know that our hearts are filled with sincere thanks and pride for those who laid down their lives to protect our country, our way of life, and our citizens. I can promise you that we shall never forget the sacrifices they made to fight for our country, our freedoms, and the freedoms of others around the world. As law enforcement officers, we know firsthand what it's like to put your life on the line each and every day for what you believe in and what you took an oath to protect. We know what it's like to kiss your family goodbye with the possibility and thought that this may very well be the last time you see them, hold them, and have a chance to tell them you love them. We know what it's like to go to work each and every day knowing that today may just be the day that your tour of duty comes to an end. You see, our military and law enforcement officers are true American patriots who understand that you have to stand and fight for freedom. You know, the kind of fight where it takes real courage and commitment. Not the type of courage where you sit at a keyboard and trash the good names of men and women who proudly wear the uniform of armed forces or law enforcement agencies. Men and women who proudly protect us each and every day. These courageous men and women are true Americans with passion and pride for our country. And no matter what someone says about them on blog sites, social media, or even at a protest, they are always going to be true American patriots with a heart to protect others. They have committed their lives to protect and serve, and I hope they truly know how much we appreciate everything they do for our great nation. I want to also personally thank the citizens of Brevard County for their tremendous love and support of our military and law enforcement officers. Having your trust and support means the world to all of us, and we thank you for partnering with us to protect our country and community. On behalf of my family, our agency, and most importantly, our entire country, I ask you to remember that Memorial Day is about honoring our fallen military heroes who gave all so we could have it all. Their service to our country dates back for decades and decades, but the legacy of their service and sacrifice will never be forgotten. They are true Americans who put their lives on the line to protect our freedoms, and for that, we shall never forget. Please have a safe Memorial Day weekend as we celebrate and remember America's greatest heroes.